Well, hello peeps, it's the Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you all today? As you can see, I'm in the building today, feeding my sheep, feeding my little flock. All happy as Larry. And what we're going to talk about today is the total destruction of UK farming by the look of it. So, somebody mentioned to me the other day about that farming scheme being stopped, and I explained about that the other day, and thanks for watching all that. Now, I had somebody send me a message last night. I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you, so I can't tell you in detail about it. But basically, ministers are floating around the idea of removing all subsidies off farming, and I mean everything. Now, I can't tell you for sure if this was true or anything, but it sounded like a guy from Germany to me, and it seems like there's a plan that the EU and a lot are still in the EU. We pretend we aren't, we fucking are bandying about. They did a similar thing in Australia years ago. Well, they just cut it off at the throat and left everybody basically go bankrupt. That was going to go bankrupt. And I think maybe that is the plan. Here's Tank, look. Hello, girl. It's Tank, that's my little... She was, this time last year, she was a little lamb. And she was a sucky lamb. So I'm keeping her on. Hey, calm down. Good girl. So I think that looks like that may be the plan. I don't know. So what I'm saying to people now, farming people, do not... invest in stuff at the moment. I'm telling you now, I'm warning you from a guy that's been around for a bit. If you're investing in big stuff now, I'd be very careful in the farming sector. Jesus Christ, they could pull the rug out from everybody, wham, like that. And like I said to you the other day, I don't even know if I'm going to get anything this year at all myself. I haven't started filling anything in yet. I phoned that guy up the other day, and he said it should be the same as it was last year, but I don't know. Perhaps the prices have all changed. And if you don't know, if you think I'm making a fortune, I barely live off £10,000 a year. That's what I live off. And I've got to pay my council tax out of that, which is £2,500, and my electric. So you can see how much we have to work off here. And lots of farmers in Wales like that. Remember, there's only me and my missus here. You get a family farm with kids and things as well. I think they did a study in Wales. Was it last year or the year before? Like 50% of farms in Wales are making £30,000 per farm. Not making, they're getting £30,000 per farm, and that's what they have. A whole family, maybe 2 or 3 kids, and 2 adults to live off it, sometimes the grandparents as well. So nobody's making a fortune at farming, only certain sectors. So at the moment, sheep prices and cow prices are okay in the market, but that could just change like a drop of a hat. Like when they had a foot and mouth thing, they could talk about that being around now. I'll give you what will happen in the foot and mouth here. And we're only a small farm, but, you know, I pay all my bills, and, you know, I keep going. I've always kept going. It's like I said, it's our job to be profitable. But I keep going. Lots of bigger farmers are no better than I am. So during the foot and mouth, basically they were going round and you couldn't sell your lambs that you've had. So there was this scheme that they did. You take them to the market and they give you money for them. 15 quid is what I had per lamb. £15. And then I remember receiving the letter back, because we didn't know what we were going to have then at that time. And it was from a slaughterhouse down, and it was on there called Done By. And I had been done by. 15 quid per lamb. So that's what could happen today. If something happened, we had foot and mouth or something, that could happen today, and farms would be going out of business like they'd be out tomorrow. Now, I know I've said this a few times this year, thankfully, got the mortgage completely out of the way. That's it's been a real struggle the last few years, I got to say, since the COVID, and because everything's just gone up, see, or everything that you buy has gone up in price. And when you're running on such tight margins, I don't have new stuff here. I fix all my stuff, and you just try to survive, really. And I'll give you for an instance now. There's lots of YouTube channels on here selling stuff, and one of the biggest, 2 or 3 of the biggest sheep farming channels, I see them have got this T-Pari sheep sorting system, and it looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'd love to have one here. But I was looking on Facebook earlier, and I thought, what is this here? And I see one of these T-Pari things, sheep sorting races. And how much do you think it was second hand? Second hand? 26,000 second hand. Now, if people are buying this sort of stuff for sheep farming, they're off their fucking rocker. There's no way you're going to get paid for these things. People are going bonkers. We're getting to a time now from when my grandparents were around. When my grandparents were around, it was so tight you were basically just eating bread and cheese at the table. And you were looking if you could see to afford to have fuel to go to get your shopping. That's how bad it was. And have shopping once a week. I think we're getting to that stage now. We are, for some reason, farming is being run into the ground. And I know, not very often I say this, I'm a pretty positive person. But I think if you're a farmer now and you're investing multi-millions or hundreds of thousands into new shit expecting things to get better, they fucking aren't. It's not with this lot. I certainly wouldn't be doing it until after there's the next election. Because if you're investing just into a new tractor, and I totally understand why, I'd love to have one here, but I simply can't afford it. If you were on the verge thinking, how am I going to afford that, and it's going to make my life easy, and of course it will. If you're looking at 5 years of income that might come your way, I'd be very, very worried indeed, because this government is a load of socialist nutters. You know, I was had a text off a friend of mine now. He's a really sensible guy. Known him for years. He's one of my friends used to do buildings with years ago. Really, really nice guy. And a hard-working guy, really good farmer. And we're just sort of thinking, what's going on? We've got sane people wanting to go to war. Where last week there was 2,500 people killed, and the week per week, and that's gone up from 2,000 the week before. We got people there who think they're left wing, thinking that's okay, and people looking at us as if we're the wrong people. We know we're right wing or something. I've never been right wing. I'm centre right. I am, and like I said, a lot of the people I respect in politics were the other way. Tony Benn and that sort of thing. But, you can't tell people these days. They've got some weird politics. I don't understand it. You know, like I say, this business with reform now, I think Farage has got a good set of policies to really. If you go too much the one way, people will never vote for you. One of the good policies for reform is they're going to take away inheritance tax from everybody, which is a good thing. So you out there who buy your house and you pay for it over your lifetime, you can just give it straight to your kids. It doesn't matter if you're a farmer or a business owner or anything. I think that's fantastic. I don't think anybody should have inheritance tax. So I bumbled on enough here. The ewes somebody asked when they're lambing. It's next couple of weeks now should be. Like I said, I kept them up late this year because it was so wet last year, and it's been perfect weather. So you can never win, can you? So there's me darlings there, look. And if you wonder why I do that, after a while, this camera, you have to flip the screen now. So here we are. Look, it still shows I'm not racist there. Look as well. I got 2 little black ewes coming in along. And there is Tank. And there you go. If you remember, this was the one who had last year, who had a really bad knee, and I managed to get it to work after. Yeah, go girl. Well, there we are, peeps. That's all I can think of talking about today. A little bit down, really, I think, after receiving that text, because I don't know. If you're a farmer and you're investing big time, you want to be very careful. Very, very careful. That's all I can say. And maybe my way, which people laugh at the moment, is the way to survive. Just making do, mending everything, trying to get your mortgage paid off quick as you can, and going in as little of these schemes as possible, because you rely on the money after. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to get anything next year. Don't even know if I'm going to get anything. So, there we are. Over and out from Gaz, the Hillbilly Halfwit. And please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out.